I have a tiny favor to ask of my library marketing friends. I need you to do something different when it comes to email marketing. It is a very easy, quick thing to change. We're going to talk about it in this episode of the Library Marketing Show. Welcome back. My name is Angela Hursh. I'm behind superlibrarymarketing.com. Go there and look for the Library Marketing Show tab, and you can ask a question or suggest a topic for a future episode of the show. Or you can tell me how your library or another library is doing great work in marketing. We'll give them kudos. I'm going to give away kudos in this show a little later. First, if you haven't yet already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so here. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, click that follow button. Both of those actions are going to get you a notification whenever a new episode is released. And I love hearing from my viewers, so please place a comment after you watch this video. Let me know what you think and if you plan to take my advice or not. It's okay if you don't, but I really hope that you do, because I'm getting a lot of library emails right now, which is awesome. I sign up for emails from libraries whenever I can, and you all are sending emails promoting your collection and promoting your programs and services. We're going to get into back to school later, and then it's going to be like the holiday season, and there's all kinds of reasons to communicate back and forth with your library audience. And if you know me, I think email is the most, actually, let me back up there. I know email is the most effective way to talk with your audience back and forth. But I think we need to work on our subject lines. I've noticed two things about library subject lines. One is a lot of times we use acronyms, or we put the name of the newsletter or the thing that someone has signed up for in the subject line. And I want you to not do that anymore. Your subject line should entice somebody and make them want to open it. And I know we want to be informative, but the My Library summer reading newsletter just doesn't grab me. It just doesn't. Better to say, so much fun for free at the library, or something of that nature that gets people to open it up. You don't have to be super formal with your subject lines. You want to be creative and fun and enticing. Think of it as a tease. What you're really doing is trying to convince somebody that there is content in the email that is worth their time to open and read. So let's not use acronyms. And I also would really love us to stop using the word newsletter in our subject lines, even if you are sending a newsletter. Same concept. I want you to talk a little bit about what is in the email in an enticing and creative way, rather than saying, spring newsletter from your library. That's not super enticing. Tell me a little bit about what is in it. I'm going to put a couple of suggestions, a couple of examples of libraries that are doing fun things in their subject lines of their emails down in the show description if you're watching on YouTube, or the comments if you're watching on LinkedIn. And I'm also going to put a really great article from Opt-in Monster that talks about how to create cool email subject lines. I also have written about this, and so I'm going to put those articles down in the show description if you're watching on YouTube, or the comments if you're watching on LinkedIn. But that's basically it. Please stop using acronyms, and let's not put the word newsletter in our email subject lines. What do you think? Am I totally off base? Have I lost my mind? Have you written a creative subject line for an email newsletter or an email of any kind from your library that did really well? I would absolutely love to hear about it, and I'd love to see an example of your email. Let me know down in the comments. All right, let's talk about Kudos for this episode. And Kudos is going to a library that got some fun press coverage. Not only did they get coverage on a local television news station, but the news station actually posted about them on their Instagram account. And the library is the Middle Georgia Regional Library. They decided, two of these library employees decided to build a watermelon catapult machine to help with their STEM programming over the summer. And of course, that makes a great visual. The news station, I'm certain, picked this up, because who doesn't want to watch watermelons being catapulted across a field? Great visual for the news station, and it got great press coverage for the library. So There's even a quote in here from the library's marketing coordinator. So great job, Middle Georgia Regional Library. I'm going to put a link to that down in the show description or the comments. And, you know, if you're having a bad day, just like click on that Instagram video and watch watermelons being catapulted across the field. It'll make you feel better. And it's just fun to watch. All right, that's it for this episode, but there's lots more tips on this channel. So if you're interested in learning more, head to the next video and I'll see you there.